Hey guys!
Hi everyone! Sorry, welcome to the second episode of the
Chit Chat.
the Gram Chit Chat. And
With Chow.
and Joe. Yeah, so last week we talked about what kind of containers you can use in the shop, and this week we are going to tackle another question that we get quite frequently. How do we choose our products? Obviously we are still after a grocery shop, and how do we choose our products to offer to our customers is another question.
So what is the first criteria that we
Yeah.
decide who is the supplier,
Yeah.
who is going to sell
Right.
the gram?
So of course, and we want to prioritize the packaging, of course, because we are a package-free shop.
Yeah.
So we try to find as big packs as possible, and or find some alternative packagings that either reusable or with PANT system and all that, and that is more possible with local suppliers.
Yes.
So that's why we're going to focus on talking about our local food products today. And yeah,
There is
why
many products that
Yeah.
we provide. One of the favorite one is our honey. So why did we pick this specific honey producer to sell stuff or sell his product at gram? The fact that really matters to us is
Yeah.
that the honey or the bees, the beehives are located on rooftops.
yeah
here
in
Malmö.
Malmö. Yeah, and yeah, so you cannot get as local.
Local.
That's the most local honey you can get basically. And how he delivers to us is also, although we also sell his honey in jars,
In
like
jars.
because this kind of thick honey is harder to do it with this kind of bucket. But we also have liquid honey in this, and he delivers in this kind of huge buckets that's mainly for honey. And yeah,
So we've
whenever
got
he
two or
brings
three.
he brings a new one, and we return the cleaned old one back to him, and then he will reuse that again. So basically there's no packaging waste produced in this process.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the same with our Candyman.
Candyman, yes.
Our Candyman Henrik, he's in Limhamn, which is a pretty close district around here. We visited his studio last fall, I think. So it was amazing. It's a really kind of old-fashioned and lovely candy studio, and he makes all this candy in bulk for us. We have around 6 to 8 candy from him.
Different types?
Yeah, different types, and his licorice are like so super popular. But the best of him is how he delivers to us is by using all these food grade buckets. So basically we can order 3 to 5 kilos of candy at once and just all in a bucket, and he will bring them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also just refill them, clean the buckets, give it back to him basically, and he just keep reusing them. So.
And then one really good thing about this is that we know who we support. We know Henrik, we know Goran, we know that the money that we pay for their product is going directly to them, to their families. It's a local farmer, I would say, or producer.
Local producers.
That, the money stays in Sweden. That's very important to us too, because we want to support this economy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And other than those that we use the reusable delivery containers, we also develop because there are, after all, some products that's hard to do it this way. Then, for example, we have vegan butter. Then that's hard to grab a 10 kilo butter and then scoop it out because after all, hygiene is still the top priority in our shop. So that's why we also work with local and smaller business, because they are usually more flexible and super supportive to figure out a way that we can sell their products in our shop. So that's another way. For example, with Maisha, the vegan butter, we figure out a way of using reusable glass jars with her, and she just, whenever we order 30 jars, and she also takes 30 new jars, or the returned jars that we also clean and will be sterilized by her. back to her production site, and then refill them. And yeah, so it's also very convenient for our customer. They can just grab one and pay a little bit more for the PANT because of the container. We also order the container, we pay for that, so of course we will charge a little bit, but when you return the jar, we'll just return the money back to you.
And you just pay directly for the butter.
Yeah.
Without the packaging.
Because we always feel this way, like when you go to supermarkets, there are so many products that you just want the content.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily want the packaging, right?
Absolutely. And so we do it with milk. The same kind of system. We do it with halloumi.
Yeah. Also, you have kombucha.
Yeah. It's a very similar process, but we don't charge for the PANT for the bottle.
Yeah,
but
only the big one.
Only the
big one we charge PANT, and the small one you just return the bottles to us, and the Green Queen we cooperate with, and she would just. Can you imagine? Like, it's actually a little bit troublesome because you have to collect all the bottles back, try to sort them,
scrap them off the label.
All the labels, and then sterilize and then refill. So it's a lot more work. So maybe that's why it's harder to, because we've tried to maybe negotiate with bigger company.
Yes.
But they are not as flexible as this smaller supported business. Because after all, it's not, you are just earning a couple bucks, and there's a lot of more work. So we are very, very grateful that all these local suppliers, they are willing to support this concept and
finding different ways to accomplish that sustainable kind of goal.
That's why we choose quite some local suppliers, and to make sure we use as little packaging as possible
in the delivery process.
Yes, exactly. And we know them. We even visit their production site, and to make sure it's good quality and so it's hygienic and all that. So
we also have a selection of Swedish products
for dry food. We have
beans and lentils,
even Swedish quinoa, and you can buy by weight.
Yes.
Actually, we're very excited to announce that from this month on, every month, the third weekend from Friday to Sunday, we will have a members only sales.
Discounts,
discount, yes. So we will usually choose around 5 products, and if you bring your own containers for those products, then you will have 15% off. And we will announce what the products are this Thursday, actually tomorrow.
Yes,
after we release this. And welcome to visit us this weekend for a really nice members only sales. And in addition to that, we also want to also support our local partner. We actually have a pop-up shop at Swap Shop. So what kind of place is Swap Shop?
Swap Shop is a green meeting place. So Jane from Swap Shop, she developed the space that she rents out to the secondhand exchange clothes, but you can also find a lot of inspiration by coming and exchanging books, exchanging toys. There's a little pop-up shop that we provide sustainable products. But there's also a dance studio that you can rent, and many other things. To for people who have or sustainability as
ideas,
a priority.
Yeah, absolutely. So please visit Swap Shop if you have time, and also our small pop-up shop there. Yes. So I guess that's all about it today.
Thanks.
Still, we hope this information is a bit helpful for you, and if you have any other questions, just write to us, comment below, and we will talk about some other topics about us in the following weeks. So take care, have a nice day.
Thanks,
everyone. Tack. Hej då.